Yata! Hey there, puppy. Hi, puppy. Happy anniversary!
All three of us are a little sick.
Maya's getting gifts on Babcha's anniversary. I do want to hear now. Tell us about your first wedding.
Well, actually, before that, remind me. Tell me about proposal. Tell me your proposal.
What do you mean by proposal?
Did you propose to Mom?
Of course I proposed to Mom.
Tell me about it.
Well, I proposed to Mom and we got married.
Okay.
Monica, we proposed in Poland. And the marriage was without knowledge of our parents because we was in Austria.
Okay.
And I was 24 years old and she was 22 years old.
Babies. You guys were babies.
And the reason why we had to get married is because we had to go to the refugees camp, it's called Traiskirchen in Vienna. And there was the rule that the married couple will be transferred from the Traiskirchen to Gasthofs around the country.
Okay.
And not married people, even if there was engaged or boyfriend girlfriend, will be separated.
They would stay in Traiskirchen,
yes,
in woman wing and men in men wing.
Yes. So because we was already engaged and we was planning our life together, we had no problem to get married. Your mom had some problems with this because she was afraid of the commitment.
She's afraid of the commitment. I thought it was you were sad about leaving Poland.
Well, she was upset living in Poland. She was not upset living in Poland. She was upset that she couldn't say anything to her parents.
I couldn't say anything to my parents.
Because on my side, everybody knew that I'm leaving, I'm not coming back. On her side,
only Zonia knew.
And Marek.
And Marek?
Yeah, Marek knew and Ula knew that we are leaving.
Did you guys plan?
Because we even had the party. I don't know. Do you remember that we had like a small party in the Marek's house on Stronie? We drink the alcohol, have like a late dinner and stuff like this. I kind of saying bye.
I don't really remember that very well, but I thought it was Zonia that knew.
No, Marek knew and Ula knew.
A długo planowaliście?
For a couple of months.
Yeah.
Because there was no future in Poland at that time.
Yeah.
It was horrible. Poland was horrible.
We will never do that if the Poland will be the way it is right now.
No.
There will be no way that we will do that.
No, we would be born and raised in Poland right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that day, we were at the Gasthof already for like 2 weeks, and the town called.
That was called. It was for 2 weeks because that was called quarantine time.
Quarantine time was in Traiskirchen for like 72 hours.
Yes.
And then after that, we had to declare what we're going to do: stay separate or get married.
Yes.
And we said we're gonna get married.
Yes.
So they gave us a wedding date in Traiskirchen, but they assigned us to Gasthof. And we went to Gasthof, and then they brought us back to Traiskirchen on March.
Sure?
Yes, that's how it was.
It wasn't from the Traiskirchen where we got the.
No.
Okay.
Because we were already for like 2 weeks.
Okay. Yes. You're right. Yeah.
So we came back, we got married, and there was no celebration that day. I mean, there was a couple of couples getting married, and the guy that was marrying us was Tutlet Polish guy that spoke. He was young, and he didn't have any teeth. I remember,
German.
and he was fluent in German and Polish, of course.
Yeah.
Kind of
So,
junkie.
and the same day we met, not the date day, we met on our way, we met a couple from Poland, and we became quite good friends during our stay in Austria, playing the cards every day.
Kierki and dishes with them a lot.
We were from the same household.
Yeah, they teach us how to play the kierki.
Game of Kierki.
Yes, they teach us.
For 2.5 months. What was like beginning. I think we ended up in
March we went to Austria, in June we was in the United States.
But I think we ended up in Bad Kreuzen around March 10th. and then we came to United States end of June, I think, June 26th. And I'm pretty good with dates, so.
And my birthday is June 23rd, so
Yeah.
2 days after my birthday. But anyway, so yeah, so that's how it was.
Mom, do you remember how you felt on the day of the wedding at all?
I was happy.
Happy?
Mhm.
What about you,
Happy
Dad?
or afraid of everything?
I was afraid
Mixed,
of.
yeah.
No,
I was happy.
Uh-huh.
I knew that I want to spend my life with your mother. And your mother was kind of like, well, maybe
I
not.
was afraid a little bit of church marriage.
Why?
That was like you swear in the front of God that you're gonna stay together for the rest of life. I was scared of that more.
Yes.
And then a couple of months later, we found out that we're pregnant with Daniel, and we went to get married fast.
Yes.
Wait.
So see, I am
I
a child made out of wedlock.
No, you're a child made of love of two people.
Made of love, but out of wedlock.
You're gonna be 40 soon?
And you.
Yes.
So she
85.
was
And
she was
85.
pregnant when we got the church marriage. And I'm gonna show you because I saved this. What happened on our church marriage?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna show you that.
Oh.
Ah.
Scared of this all my life.
Did you really start laughing?
You know why she's laughing?
Why? Because she didn't want to make the promise.
Yeah, but she will never
Yeah.
know.
Just give her a second.
So
Because you wore the blue dress to the wedding,
No,
right?
cream color.
What's the blue dress photo where you have the blue dress with the blue hat?
we never
We
had that.
didn't have that dress like this.
We never had that dress like that.
Not at a wedding.
No.
No,
Maybe
it
at
was
a different
cream. I
event.
paid $20 for the dress, Monica, in second store. Second
But
hand.
you're talking about church?
Church.
Wedding? Yeah.
That was, I think, Jeannie was dressed up like this.
And mine.
Jeannie was our witness.
Because you had the church wedding here.
And my jacket and everything was borrowed from Walter.
Yes. Yes.
We
Yes.
borrowed it from Walter, and my dress was $20.
And we was driving Chevy Cavalier. I was the driver. She was dressed for the church, and me too. And we was driving on the way to the church, which was in Chicago. We got a car accident.
Yeah.
All the way to the wedding?
Yes, on the way to the wedding.
We were driving on this lane, and she was driving on this lane, and then suddenly she saw a store she wanted to go to,
And
she
cut in front of us.
in the front of us.
And then she was very sorry, you know, she was not like running away or something, but she was very sorry, oh, I'm sorry what happened. And I was feeling like a kind of fool, you know, fully dressed up for the wedding. She is in the full dressed up for the wedding, and we are on the
Looking at the
parking
car
lot
damage.
looking for the
Oh.
car damage and waiting for the cops as well.
Is there photos of you in your wedding dress?
Yes.
Why don't I remember it?
Yeah, on the wall in the basement.
It's in the basement. I have many photos of it.
I wish you brought them. I wish you brought them.
But that was 39 years ago.
Yes.
On March 19. So next year on March 19 I'll bring it.
Next year, March 19th.
I'll go home to our house.
Yeah, we'll celebrate the 40th. But this is your legal marriage.
It was kind of a little bit rocky, you know, road. It wasn't that smooth.
No.
Because we kind of put the eye on each other when first time we met in Solids. And then she don't want to have anything to do with me. So I was on the side, kind of. But she always think about me, and I always
Yeah.
think about her.
He liked another girl then.
No, I did not like another girl.
Yes.
No, I did not like
Oh.
another girl. And there was her girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't that like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I tell you how was it. Okay, her girlfriend got upset that she thought that she's better than her, and that she can, you know, pick up any
Guys,
guy she wants, and all of a sudden I was falling towards Dorothy. And then she was getting upset, so she was starting to be more aggressive.
Ah.
And we still know them.
And we still know them, you know,
And
and
when we go to Poland sometimes.
and the funniest part is that her boyfriend at school now is her girlfriend's husband.
I know. I love that part of the story.
So this, you know, first time when I heard this, I was like, oh my god, it's kind of impossible, but it is possible. But he's a very nice guy, you know, very nice guy. They're both nice.
It's parents of Sebastian
Yeah.
we're talking about.
When
So-
she found out about you guys getting married.
My mom, I tried to tell my mother that I want to leave Poland and go with him to Austria and then eventually to the United States.
Uh-huh.
I remember that was Thursday. I already had passport because in Poland at that time, police had your passport,
Uh-huh.
okay? And they would only give it to you
When they will approve
when that was approved by higher authorities.
Okay.
that you can leave the country.
So I didn't have passport, but I remember on Thursday I had passport, and I was trying to tell my mom the fact that on Saturday I'm leaving, okay? And I said, Mom, what if I left Poland? No, no, no. Nie można, nie wolno ci, niepotrzebne ci to jest.
Nie musisz myśleć.
Nie musisz o tym nawet myśleć. Nie pozwolę po moim trupie.
Oh my gosh.
Jak będę wiedziała, że będziesz chciała wyjechać, to policję zawiadomię. And she meant it. She meant it. So she was
Yeah.
very.
Cool.
She wouldn't. So remember, from Thursday to Friday was my first night that was sleepless. I didn't sleep at all that night because I knew I was leaving, and I'm not telling my parents that I'm leaving. And then on Friday, early Friday, I left. I told my parents that I was going to visit Mariola. Remember that girlfriend I had in Szczyrk in Poland?
Mm-hmm.
So I went to visit her once before, and then it was my second time visiting her, according to what I told my parents. And I left.
You must have been so upset.
It was. I was very upset about this. Monica, I didn't sleep all night, not even a wink. I was 22. I was very upset about this, that I'm doing it.
But you gotta do it for love and
Well,
success.
But you know what? I had this on my conscience, and then when we were in Austria, I decided not to stay with him. So we said our goodbyes.
Uh-huh. Because of the things that happened with Babcia, you wanted to go back to
I
Poland?
wanted to go back to Poland. I just, in my mind, I didn't think I could do it. Because the night before we were trying to go together to Traiskirchen. It was a place. It was like old soldier stay. Only soldiers were living there. Koszary. Jak jest koszary in English?
Barracks?
Barracks, yes, barracks. And that's where they had us immigrants coming to this place. And you would just declare, I'm looking for asylum.
Uh-huh.
I can't go back to Poland. I'm not safe in Poland. And they would take your passport and they would process it. Yeah. But going a night before, and that's the truth, we had a bottle of spiritus with us.
Uh-huh.
And to have this courage to go to Traiskirchen, I had a drink, that much spiritus and that much water.
Show me again. How much?
That much spiritus and that much water. 50-50.
Oof, that's a lot.
And I walked maybe 500
But let me
meters.
say something, Bob. You have to notice one thing about this. That was spiritus mixed with the cold water
From
from
the
the
tap.
faucet. That water will never mix with the pure spiritus. It will be like a 2 layers, separate layers. In order for you to mix the water and spiritus, you have to boil the water.
Uh-huh. So you were just drinking spiritus, basically.
Yes.
Well, with water, but I only walked like
She
five,
drinks the spiritus and
500
then maybe
meters.
water after that.
maybe half a mile, and I couldn't walk anymore.
Couldn't do it.
So he brought me on
I
his
was
back
carrying her.
to the hotel.
Because you were so drunk you couldn't keep walking?
Yeah.
And I remember this woman looking at me with
Disgust.
such a disgust in her face. I remember her. It was like an older woman.
Yeah, but that woman had no idea what was going on.
Yes.
No.
So nobody blames her or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
And we came back to the hotel, and then I said to him, I can't go. I have to go back home. And he says, okay, then I'm going myself.
no, you didn't say that day because you couldn't say anything that day.
Well,
slept.
or
Next
maybe
day in the
next
morning.
day in the morning.
When the driver was walking from room to room and was asking who's going, who's staying, I said I'm going, and you said no, I'm staying. I'm staying, and you said I'm going. And when he left, then you told me. that.
And then he left. He went to, there was a couple of people from our tour, because that was the style. People would go on the trip to Austria, and half of them would stay in Austria.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut into this. There was the time when the people was going to any foreign country from Poland at that time on the bus, that everybody was staying, including the driver. They had to send the
Sometimes.
driver to pick up the bus.
Oh my gosh!
That was the times. Yes,
Yeah.
that was the times.
So the driver would come from Poland and be like, I'm staying.
Yes.
Yes, everybody was staying.
Yeah.
You know?
That's funny.
I mean, usually there was the people either, well, not usually because everybody was
But
trying
that-
to take the chances, you know, even they was married. They was trying to take the chances that you're gonna go to a different country, you know, kind of establish yourself, and then you're gonna bring your wife and the kids, or whatever the case is. And then, you know, they're famous, you know, Chicago marriages, where
Yeah.
she was married in Poland, he was married in Poland, they was getting married in Chicago, you
Not
know.
getting married, just living under.
Well, even
one roof.
some of them was getting married, civil marriage.
Yeah. Shall we sing Stolat?
Yeah.
No, let's talk more about this stuff.
So wait, okay, so Dad left to go to Poland and you stayed behind?
No.
Or not to go to Poland, to go to the US.
She stayed behind it, and I decided to go
And you were going where exactly?
to
Treiskirchen.
Treiskirchen, to this
Place
Next
where-
place,
where
the asylum.
people was asking for asylum.
Okay, so that was the next step to go to America.
Yes.
That was the next step to stay in Austria in general, and then you know you could apply to any country at that time.
They were accepting people everywhere.
Well,
Australia,
not,
New Zealand, Canada.
Yes, but there was huge
South
there was
Africa.
South Africa. There was huge restrictions as far as the New Zealand and Australia at that time. So not everybody could apply for that. But besides that, then I decided, okay, so my parents knew from the beginning that I'm leaving, I'm not coming back. So in my family, everybody knew that I'm gone, I'm done. And so I went
So we promised each other that we will wait. He will bring me to the United States
Yes.
when he is there.
But you know, who knows how the things will go, right? I don't know how the things will go, and she will not know how the things will
I
go.
thought you guys came to the US together.
Yeah,
hold on,
because-
hold on.
Oh, you're getting there, sorry.
Because
Hold
what
on.
happened is I was we said goodbyes. He went to Treiskirchen, and I'm sitting there waiting for the bus driver to pick us to drive us to the airport, and I was crying. I was sitting there and crying, and there was an elderly, maybe 50 years old woman with grown-up kids. I know she had grown-up kids, and she asked me why I was crying, and I said my fiance is staying. He went to Treiskirchen, and I am going back to Poland. And she asked me why, and I said because I didn't tell my parents. And she was telling me if she had my age and a boyfriend that was staying and no obligations in Poland, she would love to go to United States. And that's silly thing for me to think about my parents right now, because it's my life, and she promises that if I stay, that she's gonna go to them and tell them, you know, how I felt, that I was so heartbroken about staying, and he's coming back. and he wants spiritus.
I forgot the spiritus.
Honest to God. He says, I
Uh-huh.
came back to get spiritus. It was in my bag.
And
So
when
I-
she saw me that I'm coming back, and after that conversation with that woman, she says, I'm going with you. And
Mhm.
spiritus save our lives.
Spiritus saved your. That's why it's so fitting that we have
And that's
Spiritus.
Spiritus saved our lives.
Yeah.
And
Baby
then,
Damien will be born because Spiritus was involved.
Yeah.
and then we went to Treiskeren, and then for 3 days they locked us up. All people. That was the
The
procedure.
quarantine, yeah.
They took our passports, everyone's, and they were, I think, checking for criminal backgrounds.
Yes. They were checking, for some backgrounds about you, and then they issue us the like ID cards, temporary
We
ID
still have
cards
it.
in Austria.
I
We
still have it. Do you
them.
have yours?
Yes, we still have them and stuff like this. But then kind of everything was going smooth for us for some reason. When we was then transferred to Gaskov, what was the name of the place?
Bad Kreuzer.
But the Bad Kreuzen.
Eichinger family.
Yeah,
no.
Eichinger, yeah.
That's the hotel we stayed at, right?
Yes, Eichinger, yes. And I always had to work their job, so I could make some money, and I was lucky to get the permanent residency in Austria. I could stay in Austria.
Yeah.
But then we decided, no, we're not going to stay in Austria. We want to go to US.
That was your goal.
Yes, that was the goal from the beginning, and there was the huge amount of the. I remember that I was a little bit afraid of everything, because I've got that. I was cool because I knew that all right. If something goes wrong, I've got permanent residence in Austria, so I can stay in Austria.
Yeah.
So I was thinking in my head, that's gonna be bad, because Austria is beautiful. And I can sit in the car in 3 hours, 4 hours, I'm in Poland
Yeah.
visiting my family and stuff like this, so it's not that bad on the end.
Cute people.
But what happened is, why I was afraid, because we had to go to Vienna to the US consulate and pass the interview.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna pass the interview, they will grant you the visa
Right.
to United States. And she didn't have to pass it. I had
Just
to
you.
pass. If I pass, she goes. If I
Because
don't,
we
she
were
won't.
married already.
Because we were married already. So you was not like a separate entity. So there was kind of like a bag of stones on my shoulder at that moment. If I'm gonna be good enough to pass it.
Because what were they wanting to find out? Well, do you remember what the interview was?
I don't remember almost everything, but I don't really want to talk about this.
Okay.
Because that's not important
Okay.
that much. And then we passed. So some people which was even more educated, they were staying in Austria with us, was getting upset because they was there for some of them for a year or so. They couldn't go anywhere. They was denied, and we just got there. And after 3 months, I got the permanent residence in Austria, and I am accepted to go to United States.
See, and I thought, okay, and maybe my brain made up a story because I thought it moved so quickly for you because you were working at like a construction site and met an architect in Austria who helped you. I made this entire thing up in my head.
No. I was always working in the construction in Austria. The only person which I met, kind of, I met him once for maybe 20 minutes, and he was the musician from Philharmonia of Vienna, Austria, and he was building the house there, and he requested that I'm gonna be
That's
working,
the thing that
because the guys I used to work with, those Austrian trades, they liked me, and they said they're not gonna work with nobody except me. So he came in person to Gaskov, ask for me. And when he came, and that was like a war spread, the guys coming here looking for the people to give him a job, almost everybody came down and he says, no, I want to talk to him only.
Wow.
And they got upset at that time.
That's what I thought that had to do with like something about that was what helped you get your visa and residency faster. But
No, there was nobody could help you with this. You have to go through the entire process and do it in York.
His work helped us get all $250 or whatever we had when we came, or 500. Maybe we had 500 when we came to United States.
Mom, Dad, do you guys want to come stand by your cake? You should pour shots for yourselves. Celebration.
Oh, another one?
Yeah.
I think this one was mine.
Especially since we wouldn't be here without spiritus in our life.
Should I not be in the background of this photo?
No, you could be in.
I'm
There's
gonna
no
go sit
photo.
down.
I'm shooting video.
That's for them.
What about for mom?
That's for me.
Where's mom's glass? Oh, there's mom's glass.
Like a half. Because
You
are
want a full?
driving my ass back home. You want full? I'm gonna eat you both. Right here.
Okay, so we're cutting it together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, first off, we gotta sing.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Anniversary.
Yeah, why not? 100 lat, niech żyje, żyje nam. 100 lat, niech żyje, żyje nam. Jeszcze raz, niech żyje, żyje nam. Niech żyje nam.
Happy 40th!
Boy, oh boy.
You know what? That is one thing which I don't really like. I just realized this. I don't have it right here.
Where?
Did you, okay, before you even came, was it certain that you'd get coming to the U.S.? Or was it like U.S. was a hard place to get a visa to?
No, every single place was quite hard. You have to pass the interview with the consulate.
Got it.
There was their word was deciding, you know, either you're getting the visa or not.
United States had a rule.
So when we
I'll tell the rule that if you were already in United States to visit as a tourist or visiting a relative, you couldn't go and say that you're a political
looking for the political
refugee
asylum.
and you are unsafe to go back to your own country. They would reject you.
They will reject you right away because they will say, okay, you are economical.
Hold on, Maya.
The political refugee. Because you already been in the United States and stuff like that. So we got you know approved by the consulate and so it was not like we got the visa to come to the United States. We got the permanent residency. We got
Green
already
card.
assigned social security numbers and everything. So
Wow.
all that was waiting for us in New York because we landed in New York and from New York we flew to Chicago.
How long did you guys stay in New York?
Just a couple of hours.
2 hours or 3 hours.
Okay.
Reached the place.
That's where we were checked into the United States.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And we got that from consulate. We came with a big envelope full of papers, which we had to, you know, give it on the border when we was entering the country. So they took that envelope. They did whatever they have to do with that envelope, and we never see this envelope again.
It was our medical checkups and
Yeah,
stuff like
all your
we were
things.
All the
healthy.
reports, you know, interview stuff, and this and that and that. So that's how it was.
And Jeannie and Wujek came to pick us up from the airport.
So, what point did you?
Was it a convertible?
No, it wasn't comparable.
No, it wasn't
No,
convertible.
it was a hardtop.
Yeah, like a big car.
Big car. At that time, there was only big car. There was no small car.
Big. The 3 people could easily sit in the front,
And 3 and 4
and
in the
3
back.
or 4 in
You
the
know,
back.
the big car.
Yeah.
Like a land boat.
So wait, at what point did you guys reach out to Jeannie and them saying, "Hey, we're coming to Chicago"?
No.
Well, know what? When we were applying for places to go to United States,
They was asking when we got
if you have preference, so we then said that we have family outside of Chicago and would like to go to them because we think they will help us in the beginning. And
Yeah, and that's how it
that's
was.
what, you know what? I was looking at papers today from applying through this organization. They were asking us all kinds of questions, and Ciocia and Wujek are in that.
Yes.
Like,
Because they was asking us, did
About
we have any
who-
family
Yes.
living in the United States, and we have to disclose that. Yes, we got the family, we got the relatives, like just 9 of cousins living there and stuff like this. So there was like, okay, so we're not gonna waste our time to look for the place to put you in the United States.
Right.
We're gonna send you to the family.
So where you have it.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they want you, yes, they want us. So we were.
Because some people, was then going to Idaho and all kinds of
Random
places. One of our friends, their friends, went to Idaho and he was working in a church, like a maintenance, handyman, maintenance, whatever. So, but then we came to the United States, we came to Chicago, and I remember our impression because every time we was looking at the United States, at the States, it was the movies. So you always see those big high-rises, when they were shooting the movie, there was always Chicago high-rises and stuff like this. Barely suburbs, And when we was driving from O'Hare, so we was not going towards the downtown, was going towards the Wheeling.
Uh-huh.
So we was going through the residential areas and it was like, what the hell are high-rises, it's so flat over here.
The Ata gave us her room. I think it was twin bed.
I don't remember what was it. Even single bed was good for us at that time.
That's true. But that room didn't have screen in the window.
So you couldn't open the window because all the mosquitoes was coming
All
in.
Mosquitoes
Yep.
was eating us. I remember that.
I remember it was so hot, so I decided, okay, I can't sleep on the bed, I'm gonna go lay on the floor. But there was the carpeting, so it was even more hot. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die right here.
How long did you guys live there?
Since end of June to end of August. September 1st we moved out, or end of
To your
August.
own place?
Yes, we
Our
rented.
own rental. It was Stanley's rental. He was renting it, but he and his then girlfriend
They didn't
decided to split. And we asked if we could rent it from the landlord and he said that the landlord said okay,
Yeah.
and we stayed in that place.
pay. Yeah.
How long did you stay there?
For a year and a half. It was like when
You was born right there. I mean,
No.
when you was born.
oh yes, he
Yes,
was,
yes.
You were born.
What hospital was Dan born at?
No, Dan
General
was born in
Lutheran.
the General Lutheran Hospital, but was living in Wheeling.
Yeah.
And you don't know where we was living in Wheeling?
I don't know where you went to Wheeling.
Okay, there was like a flat, very low flat. Well, it would have to wardrobe.
It looked like barracks, like
Yeah.
four family buildings.
But it was nice. Yeah, so we was living there. I remember when I prepared the room, for then when mom's gonna come. So make sure that they're gonna have everything, the little table, shelving, so
Yeah.
they can put the
Art
stuff.
has been starting to do
Okay,
that.
so you can
So
see
I-
those buildings.
And so I was very happy at the first, and then I was unhappy
That's what they looked like.
because that's
It
what
was
is
four of
happening.
them. A, B, C, and
Hey
D.
Monica, I was very happy because finally that she came with them and stuff like this. I could play with him and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then I was unhappy, not because of them, because of her. Because she put all her emotions, all the love towards him. So I was like jealous. Oh, she don't want to be with me anymore. Because every time, she was like, daddy, daddy, daddy,
Yep, Arthur.
And I was sitting alone, I was like, oh, I want to kiss her. She don't want to kiss me.
You don't want to kiss me. Yep. Yep.
So that's where we lived. Show them.
Yes.
That's it.
820 Valley Stream
Yes.
Drive.
They were like barracky houses, buildings.
But it was comfortable. I remember it was very comfortable. At the first
2 bedroom, 1 bath.
2 bedroom, 1 bedroom. Did you need anything more?
No.
At that time, no. So it was really cool. And from there, we went to Hoffman Estates. There was our first house. That was
That we
townhouse.
owned.
That you own.
Townhouse, yes.
Townhouse.
Yeah, there was a townhouse
Yeah.
on Gold
Quadramino.
Circle, Court Circle and Hoffman
Everybody
Estates
owned one
in
place.
Barrington Square area.
The house that I lived in and grew up in? No.
No.
Just because there was a house that you did. That was
You came in Roselle
Yeah.
when I was living in Roselle.
so you guys moved to Hoffman Estates and then Roselle, then back to Hoffman Estates?
No.
Because I lived in
There
Hoffman
was
Estates.
right between there was also Hanover Park. Twice.
Gosh, you guys moved a lot.
We moved a lot.
We moved.
I counted with Arthur. I've also moved a lot.
1 year we moved 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
In like one summer, we moved basically 3 times.
From West Chicago to Medina, from Medina
To Hanover
So now I have
Park.
no park.
no, to Bartlett, from
Right.
Bartlett to Bartlett.
Oh yeah, to Bartlett. And
What is this?
I rebuilt the trusses, roof trusses, to accommodate the palm tree
Uh-huh.
because the ceiling was only
So
8 foot.
pretty on you, Maya.
So I raised the ceiling to make sure that the palm tree will fit.
Huh.
You should have both of them like this.
And that's where we got the Yoki
Yep.
and that house. And I remember I had the table set up in living room. As soon as you walk into the house, to the right was the living room. I was doing the drawings there, and Yuki was laying on the table right by when I was doing the drawings. Because she was
She was tiny fluff ball.
tiny.
She was
Yes,
a tiny fluff ball
yes,
there.
that was that great dog.
She was a great dog. She
And
was a good dog.
yeah,
I always remember the house we lived in, I think it was Medina. It was the White Ranch. It was such a pretty white ranch that we lived in for just a couple
Was
of weeks.
Medina a ranch?
and Medina was the ranch. Yeah.
White
Okay.
Ranch.
And we lived there for very short time. We moved
Yeah.
there. The reason we moved there was to sell the place.
Yeah.
Because we figured out, okay, it will be like we stage.
Yeah.
So the people will walk in and will see.
People living there,
I
yeah.
remember I liked how you guys decorated. It was so pretty to me. And then we moved to Hanover Park or Bartlett or whichever.
Yeah, to the
Bartlett.
temporary place in Bartlett, which was not as nice.
It was a comfortable
It was
house,
fine.
but, like it was nowhere near as nice as this White Ranch, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yes. But we was living there, and from there we moved to Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That house over there where I'm going to.
St. Andrew's
to
Trace.
cut my hair.
Yeah.
From West Chicago, we went to Medina.
I really.
We
Yeah.
stayed in West Chicago and we moved to Medina.
Medina, and
And
then
from Medina, we moved to Princeton. And from Princeton, we moved to Orchard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe that's the way it was. I really like the house in Medina in West Chicago because that was our like a first custom home we built.
I still remember it. So I don't remember the basement very well, but I remember the house very clearly.
I remember the house and
The
basement
basement
really well.
was very nice. I did the nice bar and everything. It was low. It was 8 foot ceilings only. I liked the space above the garage with the skylight.
Yeah.
And then was going further. There was like a French door with the glass.
Yeah.
At the some time there was Anya living there
Yeah.
in that room.
The one memory that always comes back to me, I remember 2 things. One, when we moved in, the basement wasn't done. And so for one of my birthdays, we had a roller skating birthday. We were just skating around the unfinished basement with a bunch of friends. And the other one, Max Yup, my friend, came over. And you guys were installing the dance floor, but you guys didn't put the and so he like slid across onto it and he cut his knee and had to go get stitches.
What do you think about the outside?
No, you built a dance floor in West Chicago downstairs, and there was a piece that was not put down yet, and he cut his knee.
No, we didn't have the dance floor in West Chicago.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you did.
We did?
Yeah.
A little dance floor in the like alcove
Yeah.
where there was
That
the
was
mural
Bartlett.
painted.
That was in Bartlett.
That was the Bartlett alcove that you're talking about. West Chicago had a dance floor too, though.
Oh, West Chicago.
I don't remember.
I don't remember the basement in West Chicago.
Monica,
maybe
we
it was-
didn't have it because when you was going down the stairs in West Chicago,
This is the bar.
listen, it was right straight was the bar.
Maybe it was he cut his knee on the bar.
Okay, there was the bar.
Hardwood floor, right?
No, that house didn't have the hardwood floor in the basement. It was carpeting.
You went for the bar?
He
What
was-
did Max cut his knee on then?
and that was all. And there wasn't a huge basement though.
But I loved our backyard on West Chicago. The deck.
I remember the backyard in West Chicago.
I remember when we bought first time Cap Cadet tractor.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I asked Daniel finally to give him responsibility. So he didn't want to cut the grass with the lawnmower. So we got the tractor.
It's a big yard to cut with the
And I
lawnmower.
said, Daniel, right here is the tractor. Let's go and cut. You're gonna cut the grass. That will be your responsibility. Oh yes. And then all of a sudden we are with mom, in the kitchen or something. And for the moment I see that Daniel going back and forth, on the tractor cutting the grass. And I remember I was saying to mom, look what he's doing. I'm gonna have to redo again because he's missing, like that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's quiet. I'm looking and the grass is not cut. I don't hear the tractor. I'm going outside and he's riding the tractor on the street. That's the way he was cutting the grass. I said, God damn it, instead of cutting the grass, he's, riding around the dog house.
Yeah.
I was like, Dan, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
And then I had to, then I said, all right, forget it. I'm going to cut it myself.
See, and West Chicago was weirdly where I saw Jajusha's ghost.
Oh, yeah?
West Chicago, for some reason, is where I saw Jajusha's ghost. Such a weird.
I've never seen Jajush. I've never seen my mom. I never see Jajush.
I
They
s-
never come to me.
I see Babci and Nechka in the weirdest, most random ways. Very, very rarely.
Or maybe I saw them, but I don't remember my dreams or nightmares.
I don't know if I see Babci. There's moments where I'm randomly in a public place and I see someone wearing Babcia's coat, that bluish greenish coat she
I
always
gotta
wore.
tell you one thing.
I know
That
which one it
thing's
is.
gonna stick to me for the rest of my life. I am driving the car, I'm making left turn from it's Roselle Road? Monica, no.
okay.
Where's that Polish Macówka? On the corner of
Roselle and Wise.
and Wise. Okay, so I'm driving the Roselle Road towards Wise. And I'm making a left turn into the Wise. And I see my father crossing the street.
Yeah.
I see him.
Yep.
The white sneakers, jeans,
Jeans.
the jeans jacket, the hat. I see him crossing. I was like, Dad. And I'm looking for the place where I can stop. And then he's gone.
Yeah.
But I saw him 100% crossing the street.
Another Polish dude that looked like him.
Or
Or
maybe
that.
another Polish dude would look
But
like him.
that's something similar I've had with Babcia and Nechka. At least once I remember I was in Chicago and I was crossing and I looked up and I swear it was Babcia Janeczka in the blue robin's egg jacket and her black pants and her hair in a braid and it was her. And I blinked. I walked past and I turned and she was gone. I was so confused. I actually, oh my gosh.
And another thing was like when we had that Volkswagen Eurovan and I got that accident on the Barrington Road and was the Irving Park Road. And that was right after my father's funeral. So I was, sometimes you are driving, but in your mind you are in a different place. I always remember thinking about my father and this. And I was on the left lane, and the lights turned to red. And I was in the stage thinking about something, but I was also in rush to go to work, and I was taking that left turn. And that guy, this got nothing to do with this. It was a Mexican guy. Okay? He was the only one. Because sometimes you see the lights are changing and people are letting the last car to make the turn. And this guy just jumped right away, Like, lights turn on, he jumped and bam, we got there. That was a big accident, fender bender. Now, of course, I was, in my fault because already light was red. And And I got upset at the insurance because there was fender bender, and my front wheel got kind of an axle got broken. And there
Fender
was,
bender, and you broke front window with your
I
hand.
didn't broke my, I just make a bump.
Yeah, you couldn't drive with that anymore. The window was effectively broken.
There was nothing else. Those two
You
things.
put a big dent in the window with your head.
Yes, but listen. And I had the broken axle and the wheel. There was front wheel car. It's got the 5-cylinder Audi engine in a Volkswagen Eurovan.
Yeah. That was the last of the Eurovan, right? After that accident.
And because they was discontinuing states because they were saying there was
sweaters.
the weight
And
was
this
not
color,
adequate
obviously
for
it's
the
not upstairs,
engine.
but it's
Or
the
engine
same
was not
one.
good enough for
She
the
has
weight
the
of the
photo
car,
that I
and there was
have.
no airbags.
And I
Yeah.
bought it. So it's so
So
funny
I got so
because-
upset because I love that car.
Like I have another
I
piece of
love
her
that
again.
car, and so I said,
Such a
okay,
cute sweater,
I'm
too.
gonna buy it from you. And they said, no, we're not gonna sell it to you because getting parts for this car will be more than the car is worth on the end. So they paid me the money, and at that time I got what? Isuzu Trooper.
I remember the Trooper. You did like the Trooper.
I do like the Trooper.
Yeah.
I like the Trooper.
I was going to show you. I was on a website looking at stuff, and randomly this sweater popped up, which is the exact same kind of sweater Babcia Yanushka's wearing in the photos
Yeah.
that I have. So now I have a sweater of hers again.
Yeah. The only car which I don't like is the one which Mom bought it for me. I just hate that car.
Which
I
car?
hate it so much.
Transit? No, not transit.
You bought me a Chevy Suburban extended
with the
old one.
House in the
It's
floor.
got no floor.
Oh, the garbage truck.
The garbage truck.
Yeah.
I was working in basically in Roselle. I was driving from Roselle and I couldn't make it to work because it was stopped on the intersection. And I remember me, Daniel, and somebody else was there. He was driving to the Buffalo Grove. I believe it was Buffalo Grove. That was the store with the plastic models. You could buy the models, and I could see the street under my.
I remember looking down and seeing the street going by. I remember that.
My God. And I remember then we went to. If you want, we can help you out, please.
No. No, it's
Or you
okay.
can hold it down and we will clean.
No.
Okay, well, anyway. Congratulations on 40 years.
Thank you.
Congratulations!
She said she's going to Kitty Academy.
Kitty Academy, okay, so